Yo, was geht up? This is Max Berger, and in this video we'll be talking about best books to read if you want to start a business, more specifically if you want to start a successful online business. But it won't be what you think it is. It's a wonderful Saturday morning here in my home office. Let's crack right into it. Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? My name is Max Berger, and I've attained that freedom. No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom. One thing right off the bat, you hear me talking a lot about reading books, and you hear a lot of other people talk about books and the importance of books. 100% agree with that, because books are really, really good for mindset. Okay, reading certain books, and I'm going to talk about 4 really important books for mindset. Reading certain books can really help you get your mind on the right track and kind of inspire you to get out there into the world and do great things. Now, however, mindset is not everything. You got to understand that. Okay, mindset is not everything. There's so many people out there with a great theoretical mindset making 0 money, and that shouldn't be you. Which is why I wanted to make this video, okay? Because books are very bad for one thing, and that is execution. Books are unfortunately very bad for execution. Why is that? Well, a book doesn't have any accountability for you. Not really. A book can, give you exercises and kind of maybe tell you got to do this exercise before you read the next chapter, etc. But come on, you and I both know whenever we stumble across stuff like that, when have we really done it? When have we really, when the book said, take this book down now and do the exercise and then return to chapter 4, we're like, I'll do it later, let me just keep reading right now, I'm so nicely in the flow. Nobody does that, because a book can't reach out to you and call you and message you on a daily basis saying, hey, what's up, where's that exercise, what's going on, right? A book can't keep you accountable, unfortunately. That's not how things work, right? And on top of that, a book is a very rigid structure, right? Any system that the book gives you can only be customized to your situation so much, It can never be 100% customized. It can never listen to your feedback. It can never listen to your questions. A book is, again, it's a great thing for mindset, but mindset is not everything. Something that will actually help you much more to actually get you tangible results is a mentor. Okay, you've heard me saying this over and over again. This is nothing new, because a mentor equals mindset plus execution plus accountability. Okay, because a mentor can teach you a mindset just as well as the book, but at the same time, a mentor can customize the strategy to you, can answer your questions, can give you feedback, can keep you accountable, can call you, can phone you, can message you, etc. Right? You've heard me talk about this before. Now, books are still great. Absolutely. In an ideal world, you read a bunch of books while at the same time you have a mentor. All right? We'll get to that in a second. Here's my favorite books. I'm going to give you, obviously I have more favorite books, and I read a lot of books. I read around a book a week. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you 4 really great books when it comes to mindset, as promised. Number 1, Total Recall by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why is that so important? Not only for me as a fellow Austrian, right? I come from a 5,000 people cow town, which is kind of crazy every time I get back to that cow town. People are looking, and my old friends are like, wow, what have you been doing? We're seeing on your Instagram and stuff like that. It's very fascinating. And a person who really helped me a lot with getting out of this like small world mentality that growing up in a village kind of gives you, is Arnold Schwarzenegger with his book Total Recall. Get the audiobook. I'm a big believer in audiobooks. More about that later, because he reads the first and the last chapter himself. And it's really great because, look, the book really helps you connect the dots between somebody who's just a simple Austrian dude with a huge dream, sets out into the world and accomplishes that dream. And then that person has another huge dream and accomplishes that as well, and so on and so forth. Arnold Schwarzenegger had so many ridiculously crazy dreams that nobody believed he could do, and he achieved them all. He wanted to become a pro bodybuilder in a world where there was no bodybuilding yet, where he couldn't even have access to the gym in his little home village. And then he became a pro bodybuilder. Then he wanted to become Mr. Universe. He became Mr. Universe. Then he wanted to become again Mr. Universe. I think he became, 6 times Mr. Universe? Then he wanted to move to America to become a famous actor. Everybody told him it's not possible. He became a world famous actor, one of the best paid actors in the world. Then he said he wanted to be rich, he wanted to be a businessman. Everybody told him he couldn't do it. Then he became a businessman, made his first million with real estate. Then he said he wanted to become a politician. Everybody said it's not possible. He became a politician, the governor of California. That's an amazing feat. That's one of the most amazing, unbelievable life stories that you could ever read. And whenever you're sitting there building your business and you maybe feel lost, you may feel like you can't reach it, grab that book, turn on that audiobook, read 2 pages. It will reignite that fire within you, because again, it connects a simple person with a big character. You can see that big character that someone has become over years of work also started with just another simple person, just like you and me, made out of flesh, blood, and bones. Right? That's, again, one of the most amazing books. Second book, Unscripted by MJ Demarco. This is really good because MJ Demarco really, really bashes the establishment, 9-to-5 jobs, education, college, etc. He's bashing it relentlessly in that book. I started reading his first book first, Millionaire Fastlane. I'm not even sure if it was his first book, but his previous book, Millionaire Fastlane, which I also like. But Unscripted I like better because he's an angrier, more grumpy MJ Demarco, and he really hammers that into you, how stupid 9-to-5 jobs are and how stupidly ridiculous colleges and degrees, etc. are. So it's perfect if you want to start a business. This book will really detoxify you from any sort of mainstream narrative thinking, right? Really great book, highly recommend. On top of that, to go a little more specific into business, 80/20 Sales and Marketing by Perry Marshall. Absolutely amazing book. Teaches you a lot about priorities in business and how important certain 20% are that will give you 80% of the results. This is a principle that I'm applying in all types of areas in my business, in sales, in marketing, in brand building, in communication with my team, etc. I really highly recommend that book. And last but not least, my most recent favorite, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Huge on mindset, absolutely fantastic. This is a guy who's done SEAL training 3 times. He actually went through Hell Week 3 times. He ran a 100-mile marathon in 24 hours without any training, without any previous training, with 2 fractured legs. Craziest life story ever. And whenever I'm sad and whenever I find myself in a very stressful situation, I blast that book. It really helps you when you're in a high pressure situation in life right now, you know, where you think there's no way out. Read that book. It inspires you to keep going and develop this really incredibly strong work ethic. These are the 4 books I can wholeheartedly recommend. Now, here's the trick how I read books. I read audiobooks. I haven't held a physical book in my hand in years, I think, because I'm a busy person and most of us are very busy, and really finding the time or taking the time to sit down with the book and in silence and read, it takes a lot of effort. What is much easier if you have audiobooks on your phone. I use Audible. You can use any other, I'm not getting paid by Audible. You can use any other app for that. And you have it on your phone. It's always with you. You have headphones with you all the time. You put in the earbuds, you put on your headphones, whatever it is. You blast an audiobook, right? And you've heard me saying this before. You're commuting 30 minutes a day to work. 30 minutes a day back and 30 minutes a day forth. That's an hour of audiobook. Now you listen to the audiobook on double the speed. You get 2 hours of reading in without ever having to sit down. You get that in just on the side. You're driving in a car, blast an audiobook. You're walking to the gym, 10-15 minute walk, blast an audiobook. Not a big fan of blasting an audiobook in the gym because I really want to be focused on the exercises and vice versa also on the book, but on the way there and on the way back all the time. But what about listening to music? I deserve listening to music. I prefer listening to 1 or 2 really good songs with all my attention after a good work day than just listening to a bunch of songs while I walk somewhere where I could actually blast an audiobook, okay? Same thing goes for when you're cooking, when you're waiting for the bus, when you're standing in the elevator, blast an audiobook. These couple minutes, especially if you do it double the speed, they stack up over the day and over the week. You're easier just on the side, read a book a week. That's incredible. A book a week, that's over 50 books a year. That's incredible, all right? Here's the important thing though. Here's the last important point that I want to teach you here. And that is, don't get stuck in just reading, okay? You need to execute. It's very, very simple. So many people I meet on events, online, they DM me, they're like, I'm reading all these books, I've read 400 books. There's literally people out there who read 400 books. I've read 20 books last year, blah, blah, blah. I'm still broke, I haven't executed anything, but I know all these books. And it's crazy because it's almost like they're showing off on how many books they've read. Have you read this book and that book by that person? Yeah, but what about the execution? The book itself is a complete waste of your time if you never learn to execute these things. It's a literal complete waste of your time if you don't apply those things. Don't get stuck in just reading. Don't become a master of theory because the theory doesn't pay your bills. The theory doesn't allow you to go on vacation with your spouse. The theory doesn't make you free of the establishment of a 9-to-5 job. The theory doesn't make you break free from the hamster wheel of waking up, of being born, going to school, getting a job that you hate, getting a mediocre family, and then dying. A book doesn't help you break free from that. Execution does, okay? Get a mentor. Execute the things that the mentor tells you to do. Read books on the side just to titillate your brain, just to be able to execute some of these things even better with the help of the book, and that is it. This video right here was a complete waste of your time, just as much, unless you execute those things that you've just learned. And a good way to do that is the following. You can actually jump on a free consultation call with me personally or with an expert from my team. And on that free consultation call, we'll help you get started building your own business, your own online business as a coach, consultant, or service provider. Okay, so if you have a skill, if you're good at something already and you want to monetize it, give us a call and we'll help you monetize it. We'll help you develop a free battle plan so you can get out there, finally execute these things and become free. And if you're not 100% sure yet what you want to do, you're like, I'm not sure what kind of skill I could have, what kind of skill I could sell to other people, give us a call nonetheless because we can literally analyze your strengths and then develop a battle plan for you, okay? And in order to jump on that call, you simply click that link down in the description below. That link brings you to a site and I want you to read what's on that page because it will help you get started. You read what's on that page, then you click on book a consulting call and it will be entirely for free, even if it's international. We will call you, okay? You can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. We'll do that and we'll get started, all right? Take action, otherwise this was a waste of your time. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Maybe talk very, very soon. Let's crush it. Books, mentor, execution, fulfilling our dreams. Talk to you very, very soon. GG.